So many people live life on autopilot, often lacking direction and unsure how to change this. And yet, the opportunity to learn digital skills that create the freedom we all crave has never been greater. Many of us joined the corporate world under the promise of wealth, prestige, and the challenge that it offered. But somewhere along the way, the novelty wore off, the challenge became routine, and the work that not fulfilling. A recent study by Gallup found that an astonishing 85% of full-time employees are unhappy. And there's a variety of reasons for this. We often find ourselves in the endless stream of meetings, presentations, pulling late-nighters to do work that we're not really that passionate about in exchange for a paycheck and the next rung on the ladder. And even as we grit our teeth and aspire to push ahead up the corporate tree, we'll look at our senior colleagues and start recognizing that despite the financial success, they are not happy as people and not really living the lives that we want to have. So surely there must be a better way. Surely there's got to be a way to do purposeful work that will have an impact, that engages our creativity and challenges us on a personal level, that creates scalable income streams to replace this notion of exchanging time for money, a concept born out of the Industrial Revolution nearly 200 years ago, and feels woefully outdated in today's digital age. And fundamentally, will give us the time and financial freedom to rediscover our passion and build the lifestyles that we love. And whilst it's a nice idea, many of us still believe that it's not that simple. Many are mired by the fear of failure, worried about making the wrong decision and giving up what they've worked so many years to create, and fearing that that will be worse than what they have already. It's that fear that's stopping us from taking a step in the first place. But most importantly, we feel like we're lacking direction on how to fix this or even where to begin. The good news is there is a way. What we are unaware of is there is a world of possibility in online marketing and its utility as a vehicle to create the self-reliance and freedom that we all crave. We have all heard of people embracing platforms like Amazon to create huge e-commerce stores, YouTube influencers creating videos that go viral and their message reaches a global audience, and using these tools to create income streams that have created both financial independence but also geographic freedom for all these people. And whilst the proof is in the pudding and we know this can be done, why don't we do it? And I think the main reason for this is we don't really understand how this is done, how these business models work, and whether we can really do it ourselves. After all, it's a world that many of us don't really know very well. Life has taught us to be skeptical, not wanting to be tricked, and if something outside is outside the normal, it's probably too good to be true. But this same mindset is what stops us from moving forward. The need to adapt has never been greater. The global pandemic has accelerated the adoption of digital consumption models that will remain here for decades after the crisis. Today, we're already seeing lots more people work from home and increasing online sales as a result. A huge surge in demand for live fitness classes like Peloton, a company valued at over $1 billion already, and record-breaking levels of unemployment and salary cuts, leaving people looking for ways to become more self-sufficient and recreate stable sources of income. It's actually estimated that nearly 2.2 billion online buyers will be there in 2020, which will account for nearly 23% of all retail sales worldwide. This creates a huge opportunity to provide the value people are desperately looking for. So whether it's bringing offline business online, whether it's creating coaching or consulting services, or introducing products or services that we are already passionate about but want to share with a global audience through an affiliate model, looking for the same solution. So the question is, do you have the ability to recognize how these trends are going to impact you? And do you want to learn the skills to adapt to the new world? If any of this is resonating with you, I'd love to introduce you to my mentor, Stuart Ross, the man who put me on the path of rediscovering my passions, learning the digital skills to create value for others, and monetizing my interests. So click below to join Stuart's free 1-hour webinar, where he looks at 3 core concepts. The first is why digital skills will be so important post-2020. The second looks at introducing 5 online business models that you can leverage to build your online business. And finally, a step-by-step guide on how to avoid information overload and make your first online sale. I can't tell you just how excited I am, because there's never been a better time for an entrepreneurial and ambitious person like you to break out of the corporate rat race, step into the challenge we're faced with today, and learn the skills to build a better life that you truly love.